Let's welcome on board Sanjiv Bhasin from IFL Securities right here in the studio. Sanjiv, good to have you in Mumbai. Welcome back. What's the market construct looking like? I mean, quite the scary October we've had. Will November be any better?
Yeah, good morning. November will be excellent. Now, look, we've had this bout of 6-7 days, which happens once in a blue moon. There was accentuation of a lot of things. But look at the world around you. The Japanese index is 650 points. The yen has hit a new low. And globally, I think most of the bad news is already discounted before the Fed meet. Aisha, on a lighter note, look at the numbers from L&T, the guidance and the order book. Look at Reliance, look at Maruti. I can go on ICICI Bank. So I think the pessimism is overdone. We've had a sweet rally in the last 3 days to recoup some of those losses. There will be the naysayers who will say sell the rallies. But I think this market within a day or so will turn from sell the rally to buy the dip. And that is very much on the cards, purely on the macro basis. 3 years we've had nothing on the index, but earnings have caught up. So now the multiple, even though expensive, is become a tad better. And I think that there will be a lot of, all-round bonhomie with Fed meet, with the Fed meet being a precursor to a lot of money coming back into equities. So I think all the yields, everything is priced in. Geopolitical oil is down again about $7-8, which again bodes well for India.
Yeah, you picked up on the point on L&T and what a blowout set of numbers, right? And extremely strong in order book. I mean, clearly it's a brainer that it has to be part of one's core holding. But at the current levels, is it a good time to add on to positions on L&T or even buy afresh for those who've not bought L&T till now?
So Aisha, the simple thing is, when you hear the management, they've come out with a buyback at 3,500 or... I mean, the management is extremely bullish. Now, either I trust them or the price. And I would rather trust them. You know, what will happen is, same thing has happened with TCS in the last 5 years. Each time a buyback came, most people tried to be smart and you missed out on a 100% rally in the stock. Because the buyback keeps coming back, but the earnings are catching up. What does a buyback mean? It means the management feels the stock is undervalued to its reality and they can use that cash to buy it back. L&T should be a core holding, whether you buy it at 2,900 or you buy it at 20. There is nothing called timing. So similarly, ICICI, L&T, Reliance, Ultratech, Maruti, these are 5 bonhomie stocks which you must have, and these are declines to buy them.
But Reliance, while that knee-jerk reaction came by after the earnings, and the earnings were largely in line, retail clearly, one of the solid most segments of Reliance. The stock is not all that excited. It wouldn't hold through.
Aisha, I know even I like excitement, but markets are all about patience. Yeah. Most people undermine that the new generation may not be as what Mukesh is and so on. But that's part and parcel. It takes time. The new generations have a lot of core ideas which are far ahead of the, all the hard work of Jio has been done by both the children. I am not in that camp. I think some of parts Reliance is becoming more and more professionally managed. And like I said, Reliance, ICICI, Ultratech, Maruti and L&T. These are 5 stocks which are going to lead the Nifty. I can bet that this month is going to belong to Reliance.
Okay, that much confidence. What about Bharti Airtel? Because that was a bit disappointing overall when it came to the numbers. There was that exceptional loss as well.
Well, that's more to do with the Africa region where the currency has been. But, on a core holding, you can see all 3 players are doing extremely well. Avan, even Idea, by the way, which I suggested around 8-9 rupees is back to 12. Yeah. Now, we can keep debating, but I think the company's existence is still there. There is talk of, adding the much needed capital infusion. Bharti becomes a pure play because of its other OneWeb and the other things which they've launched. And we know that ARPUs near to 200 are giving a lot of cushion. So definitely you will have to take the numbers with a little bit of pinch of salt because of the one-off on the African side. But I still think Bharti is another stock which should be accumulated.
Autos, of course, will be in the spotlight with auto sales numbers. But what do you like within auto ancillaries, Sanjiv?
So I've liked Motherson Sumi from low levels. I still like Bosch. Only thing is that, the tires or the OEMs and the ancillaries, they have run up also quite in sync with the market. In fact, the auto index is at an all-time high, and these numbers definitely see a lot of some bit of profit booking. But my dark horse play is Ashok Leyland, and I would continue to stick with Bosch. Bosch globally is now arguably in Dresden, the semiconductor plant, the other ancillaries are catching up, and Bosch could come out with very, very stellar numbers.
Okay, Ashok Leyland, Bosch, the two picks from within Auto and Auto Angs.
Sanjiv, just earlier this morning we were chatting a little bit about the kind of frenzy that we've seen in some of these defense and railway stocks. What do you believe when it comes to these names? Now is the trading pop or the ride now already built in, or the positives built in rather?
Well, Avan, that is a glass half full, half empty. If you own them, you are riding your way to the bank. And if you don't own them, the envy is making you feel that they'll come lower and you will buy them. But I am amazed at the strength in the mid-cap market. Even yesterday, the index, Aisha, was up 0.5%. REC, PFC, NTPC on any decline are buys. Power is going through the roof. And you have the whole ancillary of defense, power, railways all doing extremely well. So I think ideally, if you bought a basket, you will be in a very sweet spot. But I think the next year itself, till the budget and the elections, belongs to these stocks. So they may have run up a lot, but I still think core holding these stocks have a lot of potential. It's just the coming of the PSU age, which has not been a laggard for the last 10 years. And there will always be this discount on or debate on whether they are fully priced or they've run up too much. But like I said, it's a glass half full, half empty. If you own them, please stay put. If you don't owe them, do a sip and try and add some of the pedigree names.
Let's talk about some of those tiny tunes and Vodafone Idea, Sanjeev. That was clearly one stock that you had identified, and rightly so. It's seen a massive run-up also of late. Now, there are reports indicating that they're looking to sell their Spanish arm. It's a sizable, value that they're looking at, over $5 billion. They are in the need of cash, that we all know. But is Vodafone a long-haul stay?
Well, as a disclosure, we have added those stock. We have some positions. We are very, very optimistic. A stock which is near its 52-week high or near term more than that is definitely seeing some accumulation. Three things have stood out. One, 33% debt conversion into equity for government. AGR recalculation. Three, ARPUs hitting 142. And fourth, their declining trend has now turned into positive on 4G. They are very aggressive as far as capital raising, which is they've said will be done by the end of this quarter, which means 31st December. And any other, asset monetization, Aisha, will go a long way in soothing curves on the debt side. Some of parts at 11 rupees, I think there is possibility of making a 50% gain. And if you have it, then stay with it. If you don't have it, then think of a little bit of a risk to be taken. But I think this can be a dark horse.
Right, okay, that's Vodafone Idea, and that's seen almost a 50% jump up of late. Sanjeev, your take on this? I don't think we really need the FIIs. We can do it alone. The DII participation is good enough.
Correct, and Nikunj has, set the cat amongst the pigeon. 21,000 by 31st December, very much on the card. 10% rally, 19,000 plus 2,000 points.
Okay, Sanjeev. We'll hold you to that as well. But good to have you in the studios as always. Glad that you could take time out and join in.